Hello friends, I'm Anna Delman. It is day number 139 of my note writing. Today my note for me to think through for today, to continue, because I started thinking about it last night, was yesterday. Now, yesterday was a very different kind of a day for me. We went out to our equivalent of a county or a state fair, as you would find them in the US. Here it's just a big agricultural show. I haven't been for quite a few years. Simply last year I was recovering from surgery. I'm still in the process of healing from it. The year prior to that, lacking of mobility. Prior to that, even a bit more mobile, but not to walk around showgrounds, etc. So that's what I did yesterday. So my note for me, because of last night, was when the rush of the day is done, what would you have done differently, if anything, in your day? And the reason I decided to write on that was familiar faces. If you see a familiar face in a group of people out to see a show, an agricultural show, and they're part of a large group of people, of school children, or people with disabilities who usually go during the week. They get free passes. So when you recognize someone, what are the criteria that runs through your mind before you step out and greet them, acknowledge them, talk to them, and then have a conversation? Well, I don't think I saw this, that I've seen this person for more than 6 years, just prior to COVID. That's the last time. And the setting was in a professional environment where everybody was working on jointly a proposal for grants. There were grant proposals for the country we are in, and I was representing the intellectual impairment organization I was associated with, and trying to contribute positively to that. So the reason that's important to consider the background you have with somebody just before you start trying to chat with them again. I don't look anything like I looked 5 or 6 years ago. Obviously, I'm older, and as you get older, over a certain age, those age changes, you actually do look a lot older. But my hair was super blonde the last time I was in that environment. My hair was much longer. I was relatively skinnier. Since then, my life has gone through so many dramatic events, health-wise, that I chose not to greet her and, go up to her and start a conversation, say, I think I know you. Usually that's the kind of thing I would do, and then, chat. But I chose not to, simply because I recalled from way back then her worldview was more secular. Not that that makes her a bad person, but just more secular. And my worldview and my platform is foundationed on the Word of God, and I'm absolute about who and what He is. If I want to share the joy of the regifting of me, of health, etc., I want to be able to talk about that and have somebody rejoice and be joyous with me, and verbal slaps on the back. So good to know that's where you are. Not that I need to be involved with all of them again, but goodness, if we need help, proposal, grant writing, etc., would you like to be part of it? All that kind of thing, part of just the joy and the exuberation of a restored health, a restored life, a forward-moving life. Now, sure, I would like to get involved with that kind of, not grant writing, not social grants, financial grants, none of that. I don't want to be part of that, but I would like to be part of reaching out to less fortunate people, maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, certainly by the end of my 365 days, and I'm on day 139. By then, I would like to be able to do it. I sincerely would. So, when you see a familiar face, and you want to be friendly with them, etc., evaluate all those things, not because you don't want to be gracious and friendly, etc. I was very gracious and friendly to so many other people who were in government organizations when we were out and about yesterday, because of who and what they represent. And the grace that I shared with them, they responded with me, and it was just such a sweet, sweet moment. And I didn't want all that sweet joy to be drowned by secular affirmations of the wonderful functioning life I had. So those are just things that we need to consider before we go out and we greet anybody and everybody. That's a very different kind of a situation. But this is the big city of the biggest city in this country, and I think we're now at about 200,000, 250,000 people. That's small to me, friends, small. But last night I couldn't sleep well, and I just think it's just still sometimes working through surgery. I'll sleep well for about a week, and then the body balances go into different settings, levels, and I don't sleep very well. I ended up staying awake until 2:30 a.m. And during that time I was irritated because I wasn't able too tired to really do anything, but not tired enough to fall asleep. And I, for the past few months, have been working on writing a book about church life, and I've been disciplining myself to work on it. And I'll write a couple of chapters, 3-4 chapters, and I've done so much research on it, and I write, and then it doesn't work. It just doesn't come together, and I don't know what the next step is, and then my mind starts going on a tangent. Well, this is what I need to make sure that is stated in it to be of encouragement to others. Well, friends, last night, as I said, I couldn't sleep. And I sat down and I wrote out an entire outline for it. I am so delighted. I am so grateful. And I'm thankful that I was kept awake to be able just to shut out everything around me and focus on what is the logical process when somebody comes to this kind of a situation, not the situation regarding church life. What do they need to know to be encouraged? How should they be responding? And what does it say about them being part of the church, etc., etc.? I am so excited. I can't wait to sit down and just get my notes out, establish the outline, the chapter breaks, etc., and get busy working. So friends, until tomorrow, take care and God bless, and we'll talk again. Bye-bye for now.